Logos, graphic design, Canva, strategies on social media posts. It can sound like Greek to someone who just wants to make stuff and not worry about marketing it. However, it's an essential part of any creator's life, making graphics, creating a look around your brand. And so we're going to talk about how to negotiate that and whether it's time to hire someone or to continue to do it yourself. Today on this episode of the God and Gig Show. Hello and welcome to our show. Thank you so much for making this podcast a part of your creative day. My name is Alan C. Paul. I'm your host and the founder of God and Gigs, and we're here to help you build a better creative life from the inside out by applying timeless spiritual principles to the temporary creative problems that you might be facing. And one of those problems that you're probably facing as a creative is what to do with your design, logos, graphics, social media. Seems like everything around our creative lives now involves how we show up online, how we show up visually, even as a musician or someone that's not in the creative space in a visual way. You still have to show up. You still have to have a brand. You still have to have a look. And the question is, do I spend money off the top, especially when I'm starting, to hire someone to do this for me? Or do I do it myself using tools like Canva? Well, I'm going to use myself as a test case. First of all, I definitely do 99.9% of what you see in God and Gigs myself. It's DIY. Canva is my best friend. I don't know what we did before Canva. If you don't know what Canva is, you can go to godandgigs.com/toolkit. There's a link right there where you can check out Canva, but it is essentially a do-it-yourself tool for non-designers, people like me who need flyers, who need social media posts, and I can jump on there. I have templates saved everywhere. I am a pro user of this service. It does allow you to have a free account. However, for me and my purposes with multiple brands, I need to have all the things that Canva Pro allows. And so I highly recommend Canva to anyone who's looking at DIY. And there's other software as a service. They call it SaaS. There's also many other things that can do that for you, but I haven't found anything better than Canva. So I want to put that out first. However, I did not start with Canva when it comes to building my logo and creating my initial look because I knew I wanted it to be good. I wanted it to be professional, and I didn't trust myself to create that look off the top. So I hired someone, my friend Becky from Sound Art. She was one of the first people to step in the God and Gigs, and I said, "Hey Becky, you already do album covers for amazing artists. You know about graphic design. Would you help me build my first logo?" And she created that logo. It's still the logo we use today. It really formed the basis of the look and the feel around God and Gigs because she just captured it immediately. She knew what I was going after, and she was able to use the right fonts, the right color, and the scheme still fits today after 6 or 7 years of being in this business. So my counsel to you is probably just like I did. You have to measure whether or not certain things in your creative branding are able to be, you can rely on yourself, or if you really need to get somebody who is an expert who has the right tools, strategies, and knows this business inside out in terms of creating your brand. So, is it worth it to hire a designer for certain things like logos or websites? Absolutely, but here's the catch. Just like there was a catch with me having her do that first, it also can lead to perfectionism because you think you got to have the perfect website, the perfect logo, and a designer is the only person that can build that for you. So you got to spend a ton of money up front. That is also an extreme you want to avoid. Just like you don't want to be amateurish and start off everything, that's where you don't really know what you're doing and you're just throwing things out there. You also don't want to fall into perfectionism and thinking that your perfect website has to be there, the logo has to be the exact right colors, and it has to be super professional for you to get started. Neither extreme is good. So you can start with a basic website that you create yourself with some basic WordPress tools or Wix or Canva. You can start with a logo that you design yourself that is more of a template based because no one is really looking at your logo to decide whether or not you're good. It does present part of your brand, yes, but they're not making the final decision based on what color you used on your Canva template. So I think that's where you have to be careful not to fall into the trap of worrying about what people think about your look in terms of what you do. Spend more time creating, making things, and Canva, again, is a great way for you to just get things out. Use templates, use what you see other people doing, but don't copy. Simply use it as a inspiration and say, hey, this looks really good. Let me try these features. Let me try these colors. Let me try these pictures. And also, I might counsel you, go get a real photo shoot. That is something that's worth paying for, is having a photo shoot with a professional photographer so that you can have some nice shots. But again, is that something you can't do right now? Well, then just use your iPhone and get some shots and put them up on Canva or your different kind of software application, upload them, create some graphics, and just get moving. So it might sound like I'm telling you a little bit of both parts of advice. Yes, you should have a designer for certain things. Yes, DIY works for you. The key is, where are you in your business, your creative development? Do you need the expert advice? But then spend the money, go get a designer like I did, find somebody that can help you at that key juncture to make the right decision, to pick the right colors, to get the right logo in place, to put yourself together in a way that makes you feel good and make sure that you move forward. But don't get stuck in perfectionism. You have tools like Canva that can really make you move faster, get things out. Don't spend so much time worrying about the perfect look, the perfect colors, the perfect design, because if you wait and wait and wait to have it perfect, you never make progress. And I find a lot of creatives are so worried about it looking great that they never move forward. That's when you know, hey, you know what? Maybe you're not the best flyer designer. Maybe you don't know the color palettes and things like that. But it's better for you to get into the DIY space, start getting used to it. I didn't know anything about graphic design before I started using Canva. Now I feel very confident that I can make a good looking post. No, it's not going to be as good as a graphic designer would do it, but it will get the job done. And that's the key. What gets the job done, and what is your key motivating factor for wanting that particular look, brand, graphic, logo? If you need the help, get the designer. It's worth it. But if you are getting stuck in perfectionism and thinking that, oh, I have to have more money to make the first move, I have to have more stuff in my visual bank and my visuals effects and my whole graphic design look and strategy, and you're not moving forward at all, maybe it's time to just get yourself together. Get someone like LaShonda Brown, who's a huge friend of God and Gigs. I follow her for everything Canva. Check out some of her templates. I'll put a link for her stuff in the show notes, or other people who have some great Canva help that can kind of tell you. Obviously, there's always YouTube University. The key is, again, don't get stuck in perfectionism. Your graphics will be fine if you're using a good tool that has the templates and has the look in place, and you don't go crazy with colors and things that don't match. You'll be fine. Make the move, use the DIY tools to get yourself started, and then when you are ready to make a really, really important decision when it comes to your graphics and your design and your branding, that's when you bring in an expert, bring in a designer, bring in someone that can come alongside you. It's worth the money. They will help guide you to the right decision when it comes to your overall look and your branding, because they have the experience. So I hope that helps you balance out this idea and this worry about, well, should I hire someone or should I do it myself? Each one has merit. I've kind of laid it out for you how we do it here at God and Gigs, and hopefully you will now move forward in your creative career, making things happen, showing up in the marketplace, promoting yourself, being influential, using the right tools and strategies that work for you. Thank you so much for watching and listening. If you are new to the show, once again, make sure you stay subscribed, follow us. Go ahead and check out all the rest of our posts that we have on marketing and creating, and doing so from a place of faith and a foundation in your spiritual walk that doesn't conflict. So you don't feel like you're feeling bad because you're promoting yourself. It's okay. It's actually a good thing. And we talk about that all the time on other podcasts and other episodes of this show. So check those out. Go in the back catalog. As a matter of fact, I'm going to make sure those links are in the show notes as well for more tips and strategies on promotion, with a heart of service. Okay? God bless you guys. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Until next time, continue to become the creative that you were created to be. God bless.